started through Tuesday nights in the George, Dolly Griffith's, the Dolly Griffith experience with a lip sync for your life. And I did that one day. Loved it. It's just kind of like you get up in your own get up and you do a song as if you're one of the queens. It's normally quite entertaining. But I then turned around to Dolly afterwards and said that something that I really wanted to do, that I really wanted to try. And she said, when you're ready, let me know. So it was a few months after that then that I actually turned around and was like, okay, good to go. And that's how I started.
Yeah. And then you went on and you competed in the Divine Apprentice, yeah?
No, I jumped into I did DHD last year as well.
Oh, DHD. And how,
so I've done that twice now.
And how was that for you?
The first one was great because everything was so new to me, and I was so kind of, I think, still a little bit scared of getting up on stage and doing drag, etc., etc. But I think it was going back home to Limerick kind of gave me a bit more confidence because all my friends were there and everything. And then after that, just kind of kept performing for a while.
Yeah. And then you went on to win like the Divine Apprentice and stuff.
Yeah, the Divine Apprentice was great fun. Very challenging in lots of different ways. Between getting looks together, doing songs you never would have thought of doing yourself, working with people, but it was a lot of fun.
And how many contestants were you up against?
For the Divine Apprentice?
Yeah.
There was, I'm not even sure. Is there 10 or 12 of us?
Yeah.
Something along the lines of that. Yeah, I think 12.
And was winning like something you expected to achieve? Do you think you were capable when you started?
It was something I wanted to achieve. I kind of had put myself at top 3 to kind of start with, and I was very, very determined. I'm not going to lie about that fact. I did, but I knew it wasn't going to be something that I'd walk. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't walk in the end. Like it was very, very tight. At the very end between myself and Roots. But yeah, delighted I won.
Yeah. And after you've won, have you found you're getting more gigs in Dublin, or is it still the same?
No, I'm getting a bit more, and I'm more recognised now, which is nice. That people are coming up to me that aren't people I knew before doing it, or even know at all, and they're recognising me and saying, "Oh, hi Aurora, you were great," blah blah, or even just knowing my name. It's kind of gratifying and flattering in a way.
Okay. And how would you describe Aurora's style of drag? What's your character sort of based on?
Well, the name comes from Sleeping Beauty, Aurora, and the reason I kind of have this almost kind of fall back to the colour blue all the time is because when I think of Aurora, I think of Aurora Borealis, and I think of blues and greens and cool colours, etc., etc. And I have a kind of a gothic twist to my style, but not fully gothic. But then I do kind of a juxtaposition to that. I do lots of like very high energy pop songs and rap songs and stuff like that, because I like the kind of the contrast between the style and the type of music.
Yeah.
I dance a lot. I would kind of put myself into a bit of a dance queen category.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Aurora.
And what would be your like routine to get ready and drag? Are you good at doing your makeup? How long has that took you to sort of develop?
Well, it went from 3 hours down to about an hour and a half, which is great.
It is.
I like to listen to music while I'm getting ready, have a drink. Kind of, I've set myself a bit of an almost routine now at this point. I think my makeup's coming on well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I still have a long way to go, but I'm happy with where it is at the moment.
Is there anything you enjoy doing more, like your cheekbones, or?
I love doing lips.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the last things I do, and it just kind of makes me feel like, yeah, ready.
Yeah.
I
So
can get on stage now.
if someone was to ask you, you know, how to go about starting drag, what advice would you give them?
Um, don't.
Everybody says that.
No, no. I would tell them to kind of think about what they want from it first. Like for me, it's all about the performance aspect of being on stage and kind of bringing an idea to life. But that isn't the case, for every queen. Like a lot of them, like prefer like to get into the looks, etc., or whatever kind of your own little niche is. But try figure that out for yourself, and don't really let too many people discourage you from what you want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't let people tell you what it is that you should do, because you're a drag queen, you're an artist. You should be kind of able to figure out these things a little bit for yourself. But there's a lot of trial and error in it, and the days that you're shit, don't worry too much about it. The next week could be amazing and phenomenal, because we all have shit days.
This is it. And have you got personally any like fears or phobias about, a performer? Is there anything you sort of dread that would happen, or?
Well, the wig coming off is a big one for me, and it's happened. God damn it, it's happened.
It happens.
It happened in the final. Falling off the stage, I'd say, and falling into someone's table, that's probably number one, because there's not much recovery you can do if you fell on top of someone's drinks.
And obviously there's a lot of drag queens around the Dublin sort of scene and other scenes. Is there anybody you've came really close to that you didn't expect?
Most of them, to be honest, because to be frank, I wasn't really very much on any kind of gay scene before I started doing drag. Like, not really down in Limerick and not up here. So I was kind of a bit surprised and taken aback by how welcoming a lot of the queens have been, and how well I'm kind of getting on with a lot of them, because I do now consider a lot of them friends of mine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And how hard or how easy is it to be a drag queen from Limerick or in Limerick? Is it tough?
Well, I haven't really done much drag in Limerick. Like actually in the city, I've only ever been down for shows relating to DHD. But I don't think there's much animosity, to be honest, for the queens who are performing down there.
Yeah.
And the Limerick I know is fairly open, and I know a lot of people in Limerick, to be honest. So I wouldn't really ever think that there'd be an issue there.
And would we ever see Aurora like do another contest? Do you think it was a one-time sort of deal, or is there room for more?
I don't know. As of yet, it's a no at the moment, because doing DHD and the Divine Apprentice back to back was very taxing on the old brain and the body, to be honest with you. And I'm kind of happy now to just be like, that's fine now for a bit.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Yeah.
I just enjoy doing the shows without all the pressure involved.
And do you have a sort of best performance? You sort of think that that's the way you want all your performances to be? Is there a favorite time you've like just nailed it?
Probably one of the biggest reactions that I've gotten was in the middle of the Divine Apprentice for my David Bowie number. That was quite fun. That was something I wasn't even expecting from myself, to be honest. That and I think my Shakira number I really love. I think it's because of the amount of production I put into it, but I quite enjoyed it.
What David Bowie number was it? Do we know?
Let's Dance.
Oh yes, that's my favourite.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The look, I think, was very realised and everything, and I had to spray paint the shoes because I couldn't find any red shoes beforehand. It was a lot of fun. Really, really enjoyed it.
It sounds brilliant. So we're gonna have a bit of fun now, Aurora. I'm going to give you a list of people, and I want you to give me a one-word answer of a description of them or how you feel about them. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll start. Regina George,
Negress.
Victoria's Secret,
Blonde.
Dolly Grip,
Granny.
Paul Ryder,
um, Leon comes to mind first.
oh, um, Angelina Lovelace.
Sex.
Okay. Lucy Fur.
Winner.
Yay. Okay, I'll let you off. So is there anything that you would change about Aurora that you feel like you could better yourself on?
Oh, costumes. I want more costumes and bigger costumes, and to be honest, everything. Like, I still feel like I'm brand new. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want more hair. I want more costumes. I want more shoes. I want more makeup. I want it all. But I'm enjoying the process of getting all these things together and like finding new ways to kind of up my own aesthetic or whatever.
Yeah.
So for me, the journey is quite fun.
Yeah. And that's it. No drag queen's ever the same. So
Yeah.
you make your character your own, which is the best part.
I feel like time as well is a big player in that though, because like think of any of the drag queens who have been around for a long time, or even the ones who haven't. If you've been around a year, the difference in a year is
Exactly.
incredible.
Exactly. See what even you would learn from one contest from start to finish. Yeah. And
And the people you meet during it.
that's it. And like when you have someone like Davina giving, advice and encouraging you to better yourself, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Challenges is probably the better way to put it.
Yeah.
Challenge you to get better.
Exactly. Push you to your limits.
Yeah.
So if you were in a situation where you were stuck or trapped for a long time, like 12 hours with two drag queens, who would you want to be with?
It's a throw up between two couplets, I'd say.
Yeah.
So one being Davina and Dolly, just because the two of them are mad as hatters when they're together, and the other throw up would be Sophia and Bambi, just because again the two of them together playing off each other is just too funny.
And have you found that person where you just bounce off the connection you have when you're around them is like you know what I mean, like a sort of like we comedy duo?
Yeah, I haven't quite found my own comedy duo yet.
Or
I think me and Roots I might be getting there at some point. You never know.
Or your drag sister is probably a better way to say it.
Yeah. Me and Roots are after getting quite close, and myself and Sophia have a few numbers that we're going to try work on and stuff. So, yeah. And Bendy and Alexis, all the gripettes.
And what are you a big fan of RuPaul's Drag Race? Have you been watching this season?
I am, yeah. I've been following it since season 4.
And have you got a favourite? Do you sort of see potential in somebody?
For this season, I think Nina has it, to be honest. I do really like Pheromone as well, though. I think she's very pretty, but I want to see if she has talents outside of being just pretty, to be honest. I think Nina has it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems to have she's a lot going for her. So as long as she doesn't kind of slip, I think she'll win.
Yeah, and it's early days yet, I suppose.
Yeah, it's very early days to kind of be caught in this, but at the start, she's definitely at the top of the pack.
So what's your schedule looking like for the coming weeks, Aurora? Are you booked? Are you planning anything?
Well, I'm definitely going to be on the 27th of this month.
Yeah.
On the Thursday for Thursday. And I'm going to be getting... Yeah, no, I can't do next Tuesday. I'm getting a tattoo. So, yeah, no, I think that's the one that I'm going to be on next. At least that I know off the top of my head.
Okay. And if you were like to set yourself goals for the next year, what would Aurora want to achieve in that year?
Um, Onwards and upwards, I suppose. Just to kind of make sure that I keep the little bit of a fire that I have going underneath me, continuing to go and kind of up everything about my drag, get better music, kind of get it all more sorted and realised, get better costumes, um, stronger fan base,
Yeah.
more people to know who I am.
Just to really get those gigs, get the experience,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and that's what it's all about, really.
Mm.
And how do you sort of feel with the amount of drag queens are about nowadays? Do you think there's room for everybody?
Yeah, there's always room. There's always a gig that's going to happen. Um, there's always kind of room for a fresh face or a fresh act because otherwise people might get stale. You know what I mean? If you're doing the same people constantly and they're only doing the same thing, it gets so much less exciting. I think for the audience and for everyone else, I think there's loads of room for people. We could do more bars doing it though, but
Yeah.
there's loads of room for us.
Yeah, I suppose if we did have more venues promoting more or gay, it'd be
Yeah,
everybody would be okay. So, I think you're working tonight, aren't you?
I am indeed.
You
Yeah, in my actual job.
You're a busy girl.
Yeah.
Well, I think we covered a lot there, Aurora. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Not really. Thanks for everyone who's ever supported me.
Also available for gigs.
Yeah, and come see me again in the George at some point.
We will, and I'll have to take a wee trip down and see you some night, Aurora.
Do definitely. It'd be a lot of fun.
I will do, honey. Well, thank you today for joining me.
Thank you for hitting me.
Okay, bye, girl.
Bye-bye.
Bye.